Webs. Holy moly. Okay. I took some of your advice, stupid advice. Where did I put my glasses? I can see what's going on. All right, here we go. Otherwise, they get flung off and hurled around the room while I'm trying to exercise. So, live again. This time in the basement. Thought I would join my bio lab. It's got nice padded floors, right? So I thought that's slightly better than me making out with a wool carpet upstairs and then turning into a giant hive. So, how is everybody? Who's just said hi? Can I scroll back up and see what happens? That no, can't do. Oh, I can. Hello, Emma. Emma Bentley. How are you? Yeah, God, I tried it again today. I don't know that I don't know how good I feel, to be honest. I'm feeling a bit like sick, honestly. But I did. So someone's stupid advice. Hello, Clint. Hello, Jim, from Upland. I took somebody's dumb advice yesterday. Was I should do a cool down as well. God, my glasses are fogging up. This is ridiculous. So I did. I did a warm up. I did a 7-minute warm up, 7-minute workout, as they call it, and then a 7-minute stretch. And it's just all minutes in hell, basically. Emma says, hope you're well up there in Canada. Family's good. Terrible problem we have right now in the world. Yeah, no kidding, huh? I mean, well, this is it. So freaking Jewel State posted a picture a little while ago. And she, she wasn't lovely already. She had to go and exercise for the entire pandemic. And she looks great. And I thought, if I could just have one of those abs, or even just a tiny portion of one of the abs she's managed to create, that I would be a happy man. Or, that I wouldn't die early of some heart-related illness due to lack of movement. So what did I used to say? I used to say, I work out, and then because in the hopes of trying to stay alive for my beautiful wife and my amazing son. That's basically what I'm doing here again, is that I think Jane's quite happy that I'm actually exercising again. I don't think she's so happy about me complaining about it all the time, because my God, have I complained about this. My legs, my arms, everything. God, it's just a lot of work. Hello from Hamilton. Hello, Hamilton. The Hammer. How's the Hammer doing? You guys shut down like us? I think you are, aren't you? Not even coffee today. I couldn't even stomach coffee after that. I had to go for water. I'll go for coffee afterwards, but water first. See, this is why you should have sparred more with Ronan. Yeah, Ronan. Yeah, then I would be covered in bruises as well. Hello from the Ukraine. Wow, are you the real guy who played in Stargate Atlantis? No, I'm the fake guy who played in Stargate Atlantis. Played? You mean was genius in Atlantis? Yes. And now I'm a sweaty old guy who's trying to get fit. All right. So good evening from Ukraine. Hello, Ukraine. Ivan, good to see you. Emma Bentley again. It's terrible here in the United Kingdom. I know, Emma. My uncle is very, very sick with COVID as we speak. It doesn't look like he's gonna. Well, we'll see. Hopefully he'll pull through, but it's not looking pretty good for him right now. Mr. Flying Addict says hello from Vancouver, my old haunt. Vancouver, of course, where we shot all the Stargate shows. Coffee is life. It's true, but first off, water. I know water, Clint. It's water because I overdid it again. I mean, this is nuts. So. Even the warm-up was exhausting. Should it be? Is it supposed to be so? He played a better actor in Kung Fu. The legend continues. Oh my God, DIY in the ghetto. It's going back a ways. The old legend continues. Hello from Samsung. From Samsung. That'd be cool. Send me a phone. Although, guess what? I just bought a phone. So my plan was up, and I've been sort of complaining about everyone having better phones than me. So finally, Jane said, "Oh, shut up!" Sent me an email that had the ad for the upgrade for my phone, and said, "Do it." So I went and I did it, and I have ordered the 12 Pro Max because I can't get off Apple right now because all of my family is on Apple, and if I want to communicate with them using text, the only way to do that is using an iPhone. And I thought, well, it's got that LiDAR thing or whatever it is on it. So I thought I would just get I would just go nuts and just get what's the most freaking gadgets on a phone you can get. I went, great, I'll go with the iPhone Pro Max and maxed out the memory, and then I'm never going to buy another phone again. So there you go, that's the plan. The Galaxy Z Fold, huh? I guess I'm so old, I just don't trust folding anything. Mashup Gaming was born in Canada. Oh, fantastic. Where did you end up, Mashup? And PEI. Ah, fantastic. East Coast, eh? Great place to be, eh? The best people, the best food. Weather's a bit screwed, but even that's kind of enjoyable. Hey, David, one day I love to pick your brain about the Kung Fu show, man. Well, what do you got? I'm like, what am I doing? I'm dying here. I'm just here dying. What do you got? What questions you got? All right. Oh my God, my fingers are so sweaty that my phone isn't registering and me trying to, slide the damn thing. Mashup Gaming says yes, it is awesome in PEI. It's true. So where did you end up then? If you grew up you were born in Canada, but did you stay in Canada? What was up? Oh my God, I made it live. I love Rodney on SGA so much. That's a lot of O's. Yeah, me too. That Rodney guy, he was a sexy, brilliant beast, wasn't he? Danielle, thank you very much. Andre from Portugal. Oh, Portugal. I've never been to Portugal. I'd love to go to Portugal. There's so many places I'd like to go to, but right now we're not going anywhere. Mashup's living in Florida. I don't know, Florida. I don't know. What do you think, Mashup? You think you wish you were up here right now? Florida's not doing so good on the COVID numbers, are they? Well, be safe. Be safe, my friend, my fellow Canadian. Hey, off-topic fan question. What exactly did life signs detectors detect? Like, how do you see heartbeats from space? Good question, Connor. Ask the writers. Yeah, I don't know what they were doing. I mean, to me, it was like a combo of like I was, I would have thought it was the way when we used them. There was mainly motion. Although when the wraith were sleeping, we still managed to get some life signs. So I don't know. It must have been some kind of fancy internal tracking of internal processes of some sort. Hello from Germany. Is there a way to support your tech bandits from here? Oh, I don't know. Thank you, Dr. Tuo Kevin. The best way to support tech bandits from here. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you can, I guess do all that follow and like stuff. I suppose that helps. But if you go to thetechbandits.com, my website, there's a donation page there, and of course anything is welcome. The more money we have, the more toys and gadgets I get to share with my tech bandits. And as you know, we recently had someone donate like $1,500, and we built a PC for one of our tech bandits, and she's actually in the process of building it now, and she's quite excited about it. So I like to say that Tech Bandits is your opportunity to learn and win a full gaming PC. But yeah. Not sure how often that's going to happen. Brisbane, Australia. God, I love Australia. It is fantastic. Aussie. Hello from Germany. Yes, you've done that. Thank you very much for asking. What part of Canada am I from? I grew up here. I grew up in Toronto. So I was born in England, in Red Hill, Surrey. So I'm British, so I can be Doctor Who, just so before anyone asks. And then I was raised in Toronto, and then I moved to Los Angeles. Well, we moved all over the place. We've been in England and Vancouver and Washington State, but yeah, we were in the States for a long period of time there. Hello, Dylan. Hello from Sweden. Oh, another place I really want to go. Metroid, RTX. How's Sweden doing? I love Sweden. Hello from Scotland. Oh, it's Scottish Evil. How are you? E-technology. Is that like environmental technology you're talking about? Or what is your e-technology? Or are you like Wilbur Soot? You're just in love with an e-girl. Chris Watson says hello from the UK. Do you still in contact with SGA buddies? I mean, a little bit now and again. Mainly it used to be just conventions, but now it's just the odd email or tweet now and again. Usually just to sort of mock and berate each other. Slovakia. Wow. Hello from Slovakia. Would it still be David or would it be David? Would it be David? Is that how I would say that? Iceland. Oh yeah, another place I really want to go. Snowy Sweden. That's great. Hello, Soma from the UK. My God, I want to do like a map and show where everyone's from. I should put a map on Tech Bandits and have everybody who watches any of this stuff put a pin where they live, and we can sort of get a sense of where all these where my fellow nerds are from, and from Wisconsin even, and Argentina. Argentina. I just made up a country. Argentina. I like that. It's like Divinia. Yes. Greetings to you, Juan. Good to see you. And I'm sorry I mispronounced Argentina. That's how tired I am. I am so. Look, I'm even coughing. I'm getting a bit wheezy even. It ain't easy being wheezy. This is hell. I got to be honest. I mean, this whole exercise thing. I guess if I were just doing it all the time, it wouldn't be so bad. But even just 21 minutes, like my son and my wife are laughing at me for how little exercise I do and how much I complain. I'd like to know. I'd like the equation for what what the ratio of exercise minutes to complaints would be for me, and I think it would be quite high. It would be cool, Doctor Who running into Rodney needed to happen. That'd be a nice little crossover, wouldn't it, Nathan? So Trinidad, oh, awesome. Went there on a missions team. Oh, very cool. San Francisco. Oh, we got friends in San Francisco. Fantastic friends in San Francisco. But San Francisco, you guys are having a hard time with this lockdown thing too, right? Melbourne, Australia, of course, at 4 a.m. What are you doing, James? Go to bed, for God's sake. Sleep. It's the best fun I have these days. I got to say, sir, I miss seeing Stargate Productions here in the Lower Mainland. Yeah, that's true. So you're in Vancouver as well, then? Not as well. You were as well as Stargate was. Where I'm in Toronto now, so the other side. I was wondering something about something going from Kung Fu to Atlantis, working from the morgue to tech. I wonder why the big change. Well, because I got the job. That's the beautiful thing about acting, right? You never know what your next job, what your next adventure is going to be. So, or if there even will be a next adventure, and I guess that adds an adventure to the whole thing anyway. So, yeah, I mean, in a weird way, Nikki Elder on Kung Fu Legend Continues was kind of like a fun precursor for McKay, because he was sort of an innocent version of McKay, wasn't he? But he still knew everything and still, was still sort of a bit of a social pariah. So I seem to, for some reason, I keep playing these social pariahs. But look how social I am. Here I am, live YouTubing or whatever this would be called. I don't know. We do need more Stargate. It's true. I agree. I would love some more. In the meantime, I'll tell you what I've done a little bit of, which I really enjoyed, was the RPG game. And I'm not, again, I keep saying this. I say this purely out of love of the geeky gameplay. I just think they've done a really good job with the RPG game. Wyvern Gaming has done a Stargate RPG, sort of D&D. It's based on the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition sort of engine, for want of a better word. And oops, almost knocked over I've got the Mars rover here. Yeah, this is the Let's Talk Science Mars rover that was lent to us for a film shoot, and one of our dear producers. It was trashed on the way, I guess, or someone dropped it or something. So, and they were like, I found it in the garbage when we were cleaning up. And I was like, what is it with film productions where they have to throw everything away? Like, just save it. I've got to start like the Geek Trash Network or something where people just like alert me or everyone else in the neighborhood about cool things in the trash that someone else might like that you can't get. In fact, that's a really good idea. There you go. Wouldn't that be fun? Like just have a Geek Trash where you just get an alert that just says, there's an old printer. This is the type, an old printer on, 4 streets over that's being thrown out. You should grab it and pull it apart and pull all the motors out of it or something. There's a cool Stargate mod for Star Wars Empire at War. Yes, someone told me about that yesterday, actually. Soma. Hello from Germany. Danilo, good to see you. What is Stratus talking about here? If it was found out that Stargate was real, would you step through the gate? Yeah, in a second. I mean, I put someone else through first, probably like Beckett or Zelenka or something first, just to make sure it was safe. Ever been to Ireland? I've never been to Ireland, Dylan. But get this, I want to figure out if I can get an Irish passport though, because my father was born in Ireland, and I don't know if there's any connection there that I could get, but I just love the idea of adding another passport. I mean, like the Bourne identity. I'm collecting passports because I've got British, Canadian, and American now. So, hello from Brazil. Brazil, you got to be careful out there. For God's sake, masks and hand washing and all that kind of stuff. Brazil, you had to be different, didn't you, Brazil? You had to go and create your own version of COVID, I hear. Although we all sound like we all do. So do you feel like playing Grant in Traitors informed by any facets of your performance in Rodney SGA? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, everyone I play, there's sort of a thread to everyone I play in that they have a passion for what they do. And I think that's something that I don't generally have to act, because I am generally rather curious and consider myself sort of a lifelong learner and stuff. So I think all of the characters I play have a certain love, whether it's a healthy or unhealthy love for the things that they do. And I just think that's, I think people pick up on that in auditions. So that's probably why I get these roles. I'm not pretty enough to play the leads. So, what's your favorite video game? Probably Minecraft. I love Minecraft. Yeah, I just think Minecraft is one of those things you can do when you're in an action mood. You can go off and play, Minecraft games. You can mod it. You can build, you can play, it's almost a social platform as well. I freaking absolutely love it. Oh, recently subbed to my channel. Thank you. Because I had no idea you were doing this. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't know why I'm doing it. It's just like just a weird, odd thing that I like doing. So, Will, welcome. Fanboying here. Oh, good. Well, so am I. I'm fanboying about this technology. I just love the idea that I can go do 21 minutes of exercise. Notice I have to keep throwing that in there just to show everyone that I actually did the exercise. So 21 minutes of exercise, and no, I'm not showing you me exercising because it's the most miserable thing. It's like watching a beached whale its last few gasps of air, basically, is what it looks like me trying to exercise. The floor gets all sweaty and slippery, and like I'm one of these times I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna appear here with like a bandage and a gash on my forehead because I've slipped and fallen, and can't get up during my little exercise attempts. So yes, well, welcome. Thank you for subscribing, and love you and your work and the whole franchise. Oh, fantastic! I miss it so much and hope it returns. Yeah, no kidding. Wouldn't that be great? I'd love to see it come back. Again, my pitch. I keep saying this. I do a Twitch stream as well. I'm Tech Banditry over on Twitch. Just go check that out. Which is more of my live thing. I didn't really consider doing live YouTube. I did it once, I think, in a cab going to set in New York, but as sort of a novelty, and it was a bit of a disaster because the connection was so bad. But this is just, I just thought it'd be kind of neat to see what it's like then. It seems a lot easier than it used to be, and it's very easy to interact, which is nice. I love playing Minecraft. Absolutely love it. Oh my God, it would be fun to see you exercise. No, it really wouldn't. Oh, I'm live, just so you know. Oh, hey, buddy. There you go. Just want to warn you. Look, I made a kid. That's my son.
Yeah, like 13 years
Yeah,
ago.
13 years ago. I just noticed.
Oh.
And a dog. Oh my God, I was just whining and complaining about my exercise.
Oh, no.
I don't think you have to wear a mask down here.
I'm going out.
Oh, you walking the dog now? Oh, you're the best son ever. We should have had more of you. Thanks, buddy. How long are you going to be? What's the walk?
I have to be back at 1. Oh.
You back at 1?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, have fun. Keep the mask. Stay away from everybody.
Yeah, I will.
Be the best. Love you, bud. Thank you. Look, a little slice of Hewlett life right there. That's my kid. Can you believe that? I didn't have that kid when we were shooting. The last year of Stargate, he was like a little blobby thing that just made a lot of noise and a lot of mess, and I didn't know what to do with him. But now he's just kind of, it's kind of great. You should stream Minecraft on Twitch. I used to, Mashup. Baz and I used to play together. So Baz, that kid you just saw when he was much smaller, and I used to do it, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And a doggo on the stairs. Yep, that's Huzzah. That's the dog, Huzzah. So what else we got? Oh yeah, so my pitch for Stargate is we do Stargate Academy. And you get all these young, sexy kids that they love to put in the shows, and they all get to be like training how to be like Stargate, scientists and soldiers and all the rest of it. And then who teaches it? The old guys. So I would be like Snape. I think I'd be like the headmaster. No, we decided that it would be better if Sam Carter was the headmaster. What do they call it? Principal? Principal's the word. That's right. So you got Sam Carter as the principal. I'm like VP, vice principal, and I'm like Snape. And she's like Dumbledore, but a very, very lovely Dumbledore. Do you know if it's going to be a new Stargate show? I've heard rumors, but I hear rumors all the time about it. Wasn't it a bit confusing on set because you and David were the same name? No, it's fine. We just called him David too. Or the other David. Poor David. Poor Zelenka. He was mocked both on and off set because I was in character, I guess. Hey, love you so much, both personal and professional. Oh, wow. Thank you. As a nerd, I grew up watching you, but I always wished you could get over the McKay character. You deserve giant projects for you to be remembered. Oh, thank you. Well, I mean, Stargate's pretty remembered. I'm pretty amazed at how many people come up and still to this day come up and say hi. So, someone doesn't like SGU. SGU had a hard time because SGU, first off, I think we had the advantage of being on the air with SG1. So we didn't replace SG1. We were like a complement to SG1. And I'm sure they had the intention of, phasing it out and going just to SGA. But the fact of the matter is that, people loved it, so it stuck around. And I had always assumed that that's what was going to happen with SGA as well, that we just have, we could have the 3 shows basically going, with movies and stuff. And so we thought we were going to, we just assumed we were coming back for another season. But apparently, I think to get 2 seasons of a new show up and running, they just couldn't do us as well. So that's what I've heard anyways. And it's all rumors and hearsay and all that kind of stuff. But the problem that SGU had was that they were, creating a new show, and I think people were expecting the old show, right? So so I think there's a brilliantly produced, beautifully written, beautifully acted show, but it just wasn't the same kind of, I would say, God, I don't know. It wasn't quite as accessible from a sort of a family viewing standpoint as perhaps the Atlantises were. But again, as a writer, you want to be edgy, you want to be cool, and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's what they really wanted to go that route. And why shouldn't they? They've done how many, hundreds of thousands of hours of television at that point. They should probably be allowed to try some stuff out. So, official Discord would be rad. I have one. I have a Tech Bandits one, and we have an Iron Ham one. Come and check out the Twitch stream sometime. Tech Banditry on Twitch, and there are links and stuff in there. And I'm playing with all sorts of things on that. Yesterday I broke my robot ceiling camera and was basically spent most of the time on a ladder trying to fix that before I got into Tech Bandits. And the Tech Bandits, just so everyone knows, that's just my sort of attempts to inspire the next generation of brilliant minds. Really, I can't teach them anything because I didn't even finish high school, but I can certainly get them excited about cool stuff that I find on the interwebs. And basically, it's the idea is to sort of work locally with kids, but inspire globally. So the idea is that I've got my little group of kids that I work with here, and I hope that expands as time goes along. And then once we're allowed to actually interact again in person, they can be here and they can be working on projects and stuff that we can film and share, that would then hopefully get people excited about it on a global sense. So that's what I go on and on about. That's why I'm online. Although Baz got me online originally, I think with the Tech Bandit stream, with the Twitch streaming, and then that became the Tech Bandit stream. So that's what I do in my time now. Honestly, I just freaking love it, because like acting, every day is just a different fun, silly adventure in electronics or robotics or biotech. I've got this whole bio kit for mushrooms showing up in the next couple of days from the Odin, which is kind of neat. It's a lot of stuff. And then the idea is just to find stuff that interests me. And in most cases, because I operated about the level of a 14-year-old child, maybe even younger, probably like a 10-year-old child. If it interests me, there's a good chance it's going to interest the kids as well. And the reality is we've got the collected knowledge of the human race available to us online. And if you're interested in something, that you can find out about it. So I don't think the key with the kids is even so much teaching them as it is to just get them excited about stuff that they're going to follow up on, because they have everything they need online. I mean, so we're on a COVID shutdown. Something I'd always thought would be fun to do would be learn how to play guitar. Well, there's an app for that. You know what I mean? There's an app. There's websites for tabs. I mean, within a couple of weeks, you can very badly be singing along and destroying, your wife's favorite songs. So, it's just so random, right? This morning I spent, way too long going through instructables on what to do with this electric wheelchair that we have, because I like to sort of transform that into something useful that the kids might find exciting. So I figured something kind of robotic or autonomous or just basically dangerous would be fun for them. So anyways, what do you got? I managed to start my own business in 2019, but 2020 as a developer was never an easy thing. Yeah, I'm sure. Sales were up, but criticism was up as well. You should start learning development. You should start learning development. What does that mean, Emma? What do you mean by learning development? You in real life look really like Rodney McKay. You get lost in conversation exactly like your character. Well, it's funny, Daniel. I think one of the someone says that the best writers are the best thieves. And I think you'll find that the Stargate writers were incredibly good at sort of picking up on the personality cues from us all. And I think that one of the ones that came across very quickly for me, Daniel Jackson as well, is just how fast we talk and sort of how excited we get about these things. So learning a new language during COVID has kept me saying, oh, wow, yes, yeah, I'd love to do that. There's only so many things you can do. Oh my God, scanners too. Good Lord, that must be awful. Wow, I'll tell you that there's some great hair in that. I had the best mullet in scanners too. Boy, the 80s were not kind. Or the 90s, when was it though? Will you see more of you in the future like a dog's breakfast? I don't know. I was talking this morning about, so Jane's making movies. I'm really focusing on the internet side of stuff, because I've just noticed that the kids, my kid, they're not interested in film or television. Their entire sort of creation and excitement is through sort of YouTube or Twitch or the online platforms, right? Which is a bit worrying, because it's my industry, right? I mean, I make movies and television for a living, and my kid doesn't watch it, or very little. We're watching Schitt's Creek right now, which is kind of fun, Canadian show. We got through Ted Lasso, which we just loved. I just love shows like Stargate that you could watch with your kid. I mean, that's what I love about it. In fact, I've been watching Stargate with my kid on here, actually. And I should do that again. I owe all the wonderful Tech Bandits supporters and everyone a couple more of those a couple more of those streams. I'm really struggling with my throat here because I'm talking way too much. I should go shower because I'm getting cold. Oh, I love the Mandalorian. See, the Mandalorian. What I love about the Mandalorian is it's a return to Star Wars as fantasy. I mean, Star Wars was fantasy fiction, whereas Star Trek was science fiction. Star Trek, wonderful, fun, and yet sciencey science fiction, and Star Wars to me was always a fantasy science fiction. You know what I mean? Like lightsabers never made sense. I mean, until the hacksmith gets it and builds one. But you know, I mean, there were just so many things there that were just about the fantasy. They weren't about the science. Whereas Star Trek was very good about trying to keep it grounded in a certain level of sort of science, or certainly science fiction, the true science fiction, if that makes sense. So the Mandalorian sort of returned to this wonderful sort of like, you know, fantasy-like science fiction. So I'm absolutely loving it. My son's loving it as well. Yeah, the Hacksmith's amazing. Absolutely fantastic. That is a channel I cannot recommend enough, to be honest. Is there any chance we get a Rodney McKay standalone series? This is it. this is your. I'm sorry to disappoint. I think that's probably unlikely. Although I often have sort of fantasy dreams about, instead of it being Picard, it being McKay, and having a whole relaunch of the franchise with with me as the lead, because while I am not McKay, certainly from a brilliant standpoint, I certainly have a lot of his ego and snarkasm, so that sort of worked. So yes, Rodney McKay spinoff. Yes, go start that, go start that petition. I got to go and shower and get ready because I've got to go send out. I've got to brave the pandemic for my stepmom, because she's trying to do some stuff for my dad's birthday, 80th birthday coming up. So I'm going to go and brave the pandemic for some stamps, because we're doing sort of a virtual thing, which I won't tell you about, because in case, on the slim chance that my father might be watching, I doubt he is somehow. So I'm going to do that for her today, and I got to go do that before, so there's plenty of time to get these things mailed before the weekend hits and things aren't being delivered. So thank you all very much. I will end this as I end my Twitch streams. And I'm sorry if I haven't had a chance to say hi to everyone, but what I'm going to do... What time do I start these? Oh, Jamie, I wish I knew. I start them as soon as I finish my exercise, which can be anywhere from 6 a.m. in the morning to I've never exercised at 6 a.m. in the morning, but I reserve the right to do it. But honestly, it could be any time. It's usually before afternoons. What time is it now? I don't even... Stargate Watch. See that? There you go. I made that. So 12:37. So yeah, usually before 1 o'clock. Sometime before 1 o'clock, I like to do them. And the idea is, I don't know if it's even possible. I'm kind of hoping to be able to do it every day, because I feel like if I can do it every day, if it doesn't kill me by doing it every day, if I don't start injuring myself, which I don't see how I can, and that I'm doing like a granny 7-minute exercise. Like, it's basically for grandparents. It's an old man exercise. It's like going to those like swimming classes with all the old ladies with the frilly, what are they called? Swimming caps on. That I used to call it the old age porridge, because all the old people would be in there sort of floating around and stuff. So it's basically the equivalent of that by myself in the basement. It's me and the millipedes. Millipedes? Probably more centipedes, actually. Those horrible ones that go like this. Every so often you'll be like doing your push-ups or sit-ups or whatever, and these things will go by you. It's pretty gross. Anyways, no pain, no gain in exercise. I know, it's so true. I wish there was just a pill for it. Wouldn't that be great? Just take a pill. He'll work on that in the biolab. All right, so everyone, yes, I get distracted. I have a thing called the squirrel cam, and the reason why I have the squirrel cam is it's a Stargate squirrel cam, because it's a Stargate, and then it looks out over the squirrels. And the whole point of Tech Bandits is a sort of a squirrel's guide to education, because it's about getting distracted. I mean, that's... the kids respond to that because they're kids and they have no attention span, and I am, a 50-year-old with ADHD. So it's kind of much the same, but I kind of see it as a superpower. Kind of love it. All right, everybody, lots of love. I shall say a fair and adieu. Until we geek again, I will say cheerio. And now that I've got a dog called that, I shall say huzzah! See you all hopefully tomorrow, which means that I will have exercised. All right. Cheers, peace, be safe. What is it? Be safe, be kind, be brilliant. Talk to you later. Bye. All right, I never know how to stop this thing, but I'm going to end it now. Bye.